Researcher Maureen Considine has devoted her time to examining the death and burial records of women and children who died at the Good Shepherd in Sunday's Well.
All of these have no record of burial, so they're likely buried in the on-site plot. The reason written in the Good Shepherd books was that she had venereal disease.
Wow. 19 years orphan Cork admitted through his influence. What does that mean?
The local priest.
Maureen says while some are buried here in the Good Shepherd plots at St Joseph's Cemetery on Tory Top Road, the resting place of up to 100 women and children remains unaccounted for.
I would say that there are people named on these graves here in St Joseph's that are not buried in St Joseph's, so my conclusion is that they are likely buried in the Good Shepherd site because there's nowhere else that they are documented. Sometimes I found a death register for a woman or a girl who I can't find a burial register for. So it seems reasonable to assume that they're buried up in the Good Shepherd's on-site graveyard.
The resident's grave at the Good Shepherd site in Sunday's Well is currently not accessible to the public. A proposed new development of a 957-bed student accommodation campus is currently with On Board Planola. Institutional survivor Catherine Coffey O'Brien says she has no objection to the development, but is calling on Cork City Council to ensure public access to the cemetery and appropriate memorialisation of the women and children buried there.
It was our human rights were violated. It was our autonomy taken from us. It was our names. Now we have a duty to those that didn't make it out the gates to mark, protect and honour them in death because they weren't honoured in life.
Other survivor groups have publicly called for an exhumation at the site, but Cork Survivors and Supporters Alliance believe this would be re-traumatising.
Tuam is a repository for human waste, or that's what we know about it. I think that it's disrespectful and there's obvious reasons why you would want to disinter that. But the burials within cemeteries or even on-site plots are different because they are buried in the soil like most other human beings.
Catherine and Maureen have devoted their time to ensuring that the women and children of these institutions are remembered and respected in death. Zara King, Virgin Media News, Cork.